It's been a long time coming, and today we finally have new lighting system in the studio, which is from NANLITE, and we have a couple of products right here that I'm going to cover today and give you more insights about it, how to use them, the application that they have, and all together all the information that you need to know. So let's start. First, a short introduction when it comes to products. Now we have the lights, we have the RGB tubes, and we have the soft boxes right here. Well, basically the one is already here installed, and you might have already seen a couple of Instagram posts and reels and stories concerning the PavoTube II 6C and of course the NANLITE FS-150. Now, what's it all about and how is this going to, let's say, upgrade the videos in terms of quality, in terms of lights, in terms of visual aspects and everything else? We'll get to that pretty soon. Now, first of all, let's start with the softbox since, well, basically that's the easiest part out of everything, and I just have to show you how it looks and what it actually does when it comes to diameter of 90 centimeters. So we have the SB90Q, actually two of those because I have two of these FC-150. So one is right here and the other one is here. You get it in this huge bag to carry it around if you need to carry it around, of course. And the cool thing about it, it's quite easy to mount it on the FS-150. You just have to remove this part right here with a click on top, but we'll get to that part later on. Now, the softbox is designed that way that it has loads of strings going from the front to the back where the connection actually happens, and you do need to pull individually each of those to get a certain, not umbrella look, but the softbox design, and then placing white sheet on velcros to actually have the design and to actually have the softbox in place and how it's supposed to spread the light and everything else. It's quite simple mounting. You just need a couple of minutes to adjust everything and place it on the FS-150 or basically any other NANLITE lights that support this kind of mounting. Now for the RGB tubes, we have the PavoTube II 6C, which is quite incredible, I would say, and it really does give additional visual aspects when we're talking about photography, but it also can be used for nice effects while doing films, videos, or anything else, of course. Now, the battery inside is 2200 milliampere hours, which can last, well, I don't know the exact amount of time since I'm constantly turning them off and on depending on how I'm shooting and what I'm shooting. But in the box, you get this, let's call it keychain, which you could screw here on top and carry it around quite easily around your hand. It all depends of the usage, of course. For me personally, I don't need these, but it's all up to you. They have these nice bags to carry them around, which is quite cool because they're microfiber and they won't damage the front part where the light actually comes from. With each of these, you have a USB Type-C cable to USB Type-A, and you get two magnets. Now, these magnets are quite handy because you can attach them magnetically together, of course, if you desire to do so, or you can attach them to any metal object that is in your scope of filming or photography or anything else. The only thing that I would suggest is actually placing them on both sides, because placing them like this won't hold that good because the magnet is strong enough with both of those, but with only one it will try to slip down. You have the threads on both sides, so you can put them on this keychain, you can put them on any softbox stand or anything similar to that that has this kind of thread. When we're talking about changing colors and adjusting everything, first of all, you have to push the button for the power on a bit longer so it kind of lights up, as you can see. And you have mode, switch, plus, minus, power on, power off button. And of course you have the USB Type-C connection for charging. Now it charges really fast if you use any other Type-A charger, and it takes about an hour and a half to fully charge it, somewhere around that. Now, here we go. You have a possibility to dim the lights from 0 to 100%. You have hue, you have saturation to adjust, Then when we go with the mode, you have a CCT loop, you have FX to adjust that. Well, you can adjust everything with the plus and minus, which is quite cool. Now, if you go with the switch again, then you can dim it and you can adjust the brightness. After that, you have a CCT range from 3200 Kelvin to 5600 Kelvin. Speed, which can be also adjusted, and that's basically it when we're talking about the effects. Now in the menu you have channel 1 to adjust, language, wireless protocol, Bluetooth, which you could be reset, and the version of it. In the far right corner you have a small battery indication and approximate time that you will need to charge your battery. HSI with brightness up to 30% and adjusting the color that I wanted. The battery lasts up to 3.3 hours, and this is really cool because you can adjust the brightness as you wish. Gives you a possibility to basically play around with colors. First of all, with colors, with the effects, which are incredible, and of course you have a possibility to go up with the brightness. This gives you loads of options for you to choose from and to make your photos effective, videos even more effective. It all depends on your creativity and how you do it and what you do with it. Also, we have an application for this. Now, the application is called Nanlink, and it's quite interesting because it's fairly simple to control them through the application. First of all, you have to create a new scene, which gives you an option to, I don't know, for instance, use two FS-150 or two PavoTubes II 6C under one scene. But for me, I decided to place each of the lights and each of the PavoTube in a separate scene so I can control them individually. So it all depends on the scene and how you desire to basically record, shoot your video, shoot your photos and everything else. So let's go with PavoTube 6C number 1. Which connects to the feature and it shows that it's turned off. You can adjust the colors as you desire with hue and saturation. You have a wheel, you have sliders, and you have photo, which can give you an option to choose the light, choose the color from the actual environment. Now this is outstanding because this matches the colors to something that you already have. For instance, you have some LED lights going around your table like I do, or anything similar to that. You can adjust that, which is quite outstanding. Now for the FS-150. Now this is something really cool. I would say in my terms something much better than I had. To be honest, for the past 5 years I was rocking unfortunately eBay 80 euros, two softboxes that had a single light rocking 100% and there was no adjustment possible. So imagine me switching from that to NANLITE FS-150 and giving me an option to adjust the brightness, to adjust, well, let's get to that part. So first of all, how you get the FS-150. It comes with two pieces, I would say two pieces, and this dome comes separated from the FS-150, which you can use. As you can see, you have this silver hollow part that spreads the light even more than just on the LEDs right here. The inner part has loads of LEDs that of course slide up, and for placing this on FS-150 you just have to press the switch right here, place the silver dome inside, and then just click it inside. That's it. The adjustment of it is quite easy. You have two levers on the side which give you an option to adjust the handle for placing it on, I don't know, on a varipole, or you can adjust it on the softbox stand or anything similar to that. It's basically another thing which gives you an option to play with. At the back we have actually loads of stuff. So you have a small screen, a bit bigger than on PavoTube, but it's still quite easy readable and you don't have to worry about that. Next to it you have a USB port, which is designed for upgrading firmware of your FS-150. Left knob is designed to adjust the brightness, or depending on what you do inside the menu, you can decrease or increase the value. That's it. The left knob is designed basically to go through the menu and choose the options that you need. So if you're going to go with some special effects, or if you're going to go strictly with the standard softbox and continuous light to adjust the brightness. That's it. At the bottom we have input for a standard connection as your power supply for your computer. You have a fuse box as well. So with the FS-150, each of those you get 2 additional fuses. So if, for instance, the fuse burns out, you just take one of these and place them inside, and you have an on-off switch. Quite easy, there's nothing to it. Now let's go. You have a passive heatsink inside, and you have a fan at the bottom, which by the looks I think it's 80 millimeters wide. And the thing is, it's barely heard. I tested it on 100% and it isn't heard whatsoever. So let's check that out. As you can hear, even from 10, 20, 30, 50, 100%, the fan isn't even audible. Shame they don't place these kind of fans in a PC, but then again, it's a different system and stuff like that. I won't go into that part at all. Now, the same thing with Nanlink is you can adjust everything with the FS-150. So for instance, we go with, this is the result. You enter one and it shuts down. So okay, we're back on the scene, and it's again quite easy to adjust everything. You have 3 options for it: daylight mode, effects mode, and presence. So you can save something with whatever you adjust before. Then we have the effects mode. So internal loop, as you can see, it lights up from 0 to 18%. Then we have speed, which also can be adjusted. So let's see, with 21 seconds it takes longer to dim from 0 to 18, but if we go from 2 seconds, this is what happens. It constantly goes into a loop. Let's see next. You have pulse, you have TV, candle fire, firework, welding, internal loop, flash, storm, paparazzi, bed bulb, and explosion. Basically all the effects are the same as on the PavoTube II 6C, and that's quite cool. So you can adjust the cycle, you can dim it, you can adjust the speed. 1-way, 2-way, or reverse, it's all up to you. Add-on, you can add an additional effect mode, which gives you off, flash, random flash, or pulse. That's it. Now in the daylight mode, you can adjust the brightness and gives you an option. This is 100%, and check this out how it lights up the whole studio with 100%. I'm usually recording my videos under, let's see this right here, under 30%, and it gives nice light. It doesn't overshine anything, and it's really something that first of all, professional studio needs is a professional lighting system, and this is where I'm going with everything that I'm doing on the channel, trying to upgrade all my stuff. Cameras were upgraded a long time ago, and I think I should have done the lights before the camera, but nevertheless, the old ones were alright, just alright. These, wow. I'm really impressed on the part where how it's easy to control them. If you don't want to use your phone to control the lights, to control the power tubes, you can just simply, use them, power them on, and adjust everything right here at the back. It's easy, you have a screen, you can see everything properly, and it's not big of a deal. The same thing comes with the FS-150, which gives you an option basically to first of all, ease of access. you go at the back, you adjust the lights, you see from yourself at the back how the light will shine on the product or on a certain object. It's all up to what you're recording, but still it gives loads of accessibility. Of course, you do have to expect that these lights, the FS-150 in general, is much bigger than your standard eBay softbox. The standard eBay softbox has just a huge bulb inside. You plug it in, you put the power on, and that's it. This is something that, well, because of it, you have all those options for special effects, for special recording movies, videos, films, series, whatever you desire, you can do with these, because this is a real equipment for recording anything that I just mentioned. So guys, I'm placing the links below. First of all, for my new main lights, the NANLITE FS-150. Then for the PavoTube II 6C, which are quite handy, incredible when it comes to additional lighting effects in the pictures, videos, or just giving you some more of a color in the images that will attract and I would say more of make your audience interested in your photography or whatever you do. Unless you're doing something outside, then I would use these only during the night or during the dark days and similar stuff like that. But that's just a discussion that can go up for hours, and which ways you could use the PavoTube II 6C. So finally we have the softboxes SB90Q, which come in this huge carrying bag, and you can pack them easily, quite nicely, and that's all there is to it. Since this is a huge deal for me to upgrade the lighting system in the studio, giving you guys, I would say, more clarity when it comes to videos, this is going to be quite interesting. And finally, if you have any questions based on the lighting system, PavoTubes or FS-150, concerning how to adjust it, how to connect it to the actual Nanlink application, or anything concerning these products, let me know in the comments and I'll try to help you as quickly as possible. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And all in all, I will see you next time in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.